Honey, I can't find my gold necklace.
Which one?
The one we just got yesterday.
My dad took a deep and long sigh.
Toby?
Yes, Dad?
Can you please give your mom back her necklace? I just got it yesterday to celebrate our anniversary.
Dad, what makes you think I took it? Everyone stared at me without uttering a word. It made me feel very uncomfortable, so I brought the necklace out of my pocket. Fine, here it is. I was just playing a prank on you guys. Stop taking it so seriously. But they knew I was lying. I wasn't playing any prank. My mom looked sad as she took the necklace from my hand. My dad shook his head in disappointment, and my siblings simply looked away, not wanting to be a part of the drama. Whatever. Stealing from my family was getting too old anyway. It was just too easy since I had secretly made copies of the keys to all their rooms, making me have easy access in and out of their rooms. My siblings were also scared of me and my bad behavior, so we didn't get along. I know you must be wondering why I enjoy stealing. Are my parents poor? Do they starve me? Am I unhappy? These are questions that may be running through your mind at the moment, and I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but none of that is the case in my situation. My parents were well off. I always had an ungodly amount of food available for consumption, and I was very happy. So why do I steal? Well, I just enjoy the thrill. Like and subscribe if you want to find out the terrible way in which I learned my lesson. I extended my stealing talent to school and every other place I went. At first, nobody knew or believed that I was the one responsible for the heinous acts. But once you're caught the first time, people never trust you again. And I was caught so many times. My parents were rich and well known in society. As a result of their high societal position, they were able to pay off any debt I incurred and cover up all of my escapades without any repercussion. I was literally an untouchable rich thief. My parents had done everything they could to help me get better, but it never worked. They even sent me to therapy, but I ended up stealing the therapist's diamond wedding ring and getting banned from the building. I continued with my bad behavior throughout my teenage years until I was finally 20. A new friend of mine was having a really important interview and told me to run to his house, get the documents he forgot, and come back quickly. When I stepped into his apartment, I couldn't help but notice all the shiny, expensive objects used to design his home. I obviously picked up a few of them. I couldn't control myself. The interview went great and my friend hugged me tight. I went to bed that night and woke up to breaking news on TV.
Toby Pio, son of the president of the Pio Group, one of the largest business companies in the country, has been caught stealing on live TV.
Playing on every local TV channel and across social media was CCTV footage of me picking up expensive items in my friend's house and hiding them in my bag.
Toby is an unrepentant thief that has been caught stealing multiple times, but his parents always cover it up and nothing ever happens. It's time to end this injustice. The rich must also pay for their crimes.
Random people started recounting their firsthand experiences with me on TV and across social media. Things were going crazy. I heard a knock on the door and went to open it, only to come face to face with some cops.
You are under arrest, Mr. Toby Pio. You have the right to remain silent, and anything you say may be used in a...
I couldn't believe what was happening. My parents and siblings just stared at me getting arrested, sad, ashamed, and unable to do anything at this particular moment. No one came to bail me for a week. I guess they wanted to punish me. My dad finally came and led me home.
All the charges have been dropped and you're a free man. I've given you a fresh start, but you won't do it here. From this very moment, you're no longer a Pio, son. I'm not your father, and you're not my son. Go to your room, pack your things, and never return.
I left without a word. For some reason, my dad thought that I needed him to survive. He was so wrong. I mean, take a good look at me. A grand thief. I could survive anywhere. I took to the streets and moved in with some random people who lived there. I told them I had crazy skills and could help them earn more money. They accepted me when I showed how crafty, strong, and fast my hands were.
Did you just lift up a huge refrigerator all by yourself? Oh my God, you're so strong. How are you so strong?
I didn't just lift up the fridge. I also took your wallet while doing that.
What? That's crazy. We need a lot of strong and skilled men like you here. Welcome home.
In less than a year, I became the talk of the streets. A thieving outcast son of a rich family, ruling the streets like he owned it. This drew the attention of some silent street patrons, and they started sending me on difficult jobs. I aced them all. In a very short time frame, I was drowning in wealth once again. Everyone knew that I had money, but they could never trace it. No one ever knew where I hid them. I was still living like a poor broke guy with other poor broke people. One day, the police attacked our shelter for no good reason. They said they were looking for a thief, and we didn't know what they were talking about. A police officer suddenly approached me, and I tried to defend myself, but I realized that the police officer was actually my older brother. As a result of this, I hesitated and paused for a split second. Immediately, my brother saw me. He assumed that I must have been the thief that they were sent to search for, so he quickly struck me hard and knocked me out. I was half conscious when I noticed that I was inside a police car, cuffed and gagged. While trying to regain full consciousness, a heavy wind started to blow, and the trees on each side of the road closed in on us. These funny-acting trees actually picked up the vehicles and shook them violently, knocking everyone, including me, out once again. When I woke up, I was in a very strange house with an even stranger old woman staring down at me. It looked like a scene straight out of Hansel and Gretel. Where am I? Who are you? What am I doing here? What do you want from me?
Shh, shh, shh. Silence, young thief, or you might wake my sleeping dragons.
I turned round to see where she was pointing, and lo and behold, two massive dog-like beings lay there sleeping, with hot smoke coming out of their mouth and nostrils as they snored. I became as quiet as a statue.
Who knew a renowned thief could get scared so easily? Let me cut to the chase. I need you to steal something for me. If you are successful on this quest, I will give you a reward so great, mortals can't even imagine it.
The witch wanted me to steal a magical gold bracelet from another witch who also lived in the same forest, but farther down. She couldn't go herself because the witch would smell her miles away, even if she was invisible. Wait a minute, we're in a forest?
Deep, deep inside. No human can ever find us unless we bring them in.
Wonderful, continue.
To help you with this difficult quest, I am giving you a magic perfume. Once sprayed, this perfume makes you invisible, making it possible for you to slip in and out of anywhere without getting noticed. It also makes it possible for you to walk right through walls and enter wherever without needing a door.
Why do I need to take so much precaution if I'm just going to steal a bracelet?
Because if that witch catches you, she's gonna cut you into tiny bits, cook you and eat you.
Christ.
So be careful. Be gone now, thief.
With a wave of her hand, I found myself in front of the other witch's house. As I stood there thinking, I wondered what reward that witch could possibly give me that would be greater than the perfume I was already holding in my hand. I decided that it wasn't worth the risk of getting eaten, so I took the perfume and found my way out of the forest without stealing the bracelet. My street brothers were so happy to see me. They thought I was done for. I laughed and told them that I was fine. This perfume made me grow from a great thief to an unstoppable one. The best part was that no one could trace these robberies back to me because I was never really there. My guys and I continued stealing and stacking up wealth, but unfortunately our good luck didn't last for too long. 1 month later, I was sleeping and dreaming of my next successful job when the witch appeared in my room. She jumped on my bed and grabbed me, trying to disappear with me, but I quickly slipped out of her grasp and escaped. I picked up the perfume and sprayed it on myself, disappearing right in front of her eyes. She immediately blocked the door. "Why are you blocking the door, witch? It seems you've forgotten that I don't need doors to move." Realizing this, she left the door, but by speaking, I had unintentionally revealed my location to her. She immediately pointed her stick towards the direction of my voice. Green lightning came out of the stick, hitting me hard and making it impossible for me to become invisible again. As I lay on the floor, frantically spraying the perfume all over my body and freaking out because nothing was happening, the witch approached me.
How dare you steal from me? You will regret the second you made that decision.
She grabbed me by my collar and disappeared with me. I woke up in her tiny cottage once again, but this time I was lying on the floor of a cage. Her two scary pets were circling me, almost like they were getting ready to eat me.
Oh, will you look at that? He finally came to.
I was too scared to speak, so I just stayed still. The witch snapped her fingers, and I was out of the cage, a safe distance away from those beasts. She pointed to my stomach, and a tiny swirl appeared on it, almost like a tornado.
With every second that passes by, that hole in your stomach will get bigger. I am sending you back on your original mission. If you don't return in time, the hole in your stomach will keep getting bigger and bigger until you disappear from the world forever. It'll be like you never existed.
Why do you need this bracelet so much?
None of a human's business.
With a wave of her hands, once again, I found myself in front of the second witch's house. I brought out the perfume, sprayed it on myself, and then walked right in through the wall of the house. The witch didn't notice me thanks to the power of the magic perfume, so I slipped right in and easily stole the bracelet. By the time I found my way back to the first witch's house using the magical compass she gave me, the hole in my stomach had already eaten up half of my body, and I was freaking out. I gave the woman the bracelet. Here, I've done your dirty work. The bracelet is yours. Now please, release me from this scary and painful hole forming in the middle of my body.
Easy, son. I will fulfill my promise, but you must also get punished for stealing from me. A frail old witch who wanted to turn your life around. I will also still reward you for your hard work and for not getting killed by the second witch. Everyone I've previously sent never made it back.
What?
I am taking away your greatest gift and greatest curse, punishing and rewarding you at the same time,
She said while touching my forehead. She took back her perfume and told me that I was free to go. When I got home, I was in a jolly good mood because the witch hadn't killed me and I was happy to be alive. I went right back to stealing, but things weren't the same anymore. After 3 unsuccessful jobs, I realized that I lost my ability to steal. The witch had really taken away my greatest gift and curse. I was confused and didn't know who I was anymore, so I moved out of the country and started a new life with the money I'd been saving all this time. I was still very skilled with my brain and hands. I just couldn't use them to steal anymore. I chose to attend a physical 3-month boot camp to learn software engineering. I excelled in all my courses and got 3 job offers before even graduating. I chose the most fulfilling job offer and started working as a software engineer. While working, I fell in love with a beautiful coworker who worked in the same building as me. We started dating and ended up getting married and starting a family. After my wife heard my life story, she convinced me to apologize to my parents and ask for forgiveness. I refused at first, but she kept insisting. It took me 2 years to finally set my pride aside and visit my family with my 2 tiny kids. They were happy to see me and embraced me with open arms before I even asked for forgiveness. When I apologized, my dad said he was the one who should have been apologizing because he was too harsh on me. Thanks to my wife, I was able to mend my relationship with my family. Looking back at my life now, I've realized that what the witch did to me, taking away my greatest gift and curse, was the best thing that ever happened to me. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed my story. Yeah, one more thing. Don't steal.